welcome to the podcast,
Sin Padres. This is episode 2. It's going to be a little bit more of a shorter one, but this podcast is hosted by
Tavo,
Kim,
France.
And now, like we said, at least 1% better. We have a mic.
Yes.
Let's go.
Finally.
And like we said last episode, it's going to be different locations. So obviously this is a different location.
Today we are in my room.
Yeah.
It stays messy. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I just had to have them here because I feel like we finally made a little bit of time. So.
With like everything going on, yeah, there's been so much going on.
This week.
Weekend.
Yeah, you guys. So the start of October, and it's been
spooky for sure.
No, definitely a little spooky. It's been stressful, but I don't claim that energy for this October.
Yeah.
I don't claim that energy.
And if you see something going on with my eye, there's something going on. But
yeah, you
He
guys.
has like a little small sty.
I don't know. It's
I've
spooky.
been like trying to. It's
Have you
spooky
used?
For sure. I've been putting like the hot pad and stuff on it.
Did he tell you about the egg cleanse he did? Dude,
No.
Oh yeah, I
scary.
did an egg cleanse and there was like some blood in my egg. And it was like, yeah, and it had like spikes and stuff. And I searched it up and it was saying that like someone's probably doing something to me. And I was like, yeah.
You know you're not supposed to look at it.
He said he didn't look at it.
Oh,
you
you
just
took
took
a
a picture.
Yeah, I took a picture. I didn't want to look at it. I just took pictures of it. And I disposed of it how I was supposed to.
Yeah, you guys.
It's so scary.
It's definitely like not fun scary. This is spooky scary.
Yeah.
That is very much spooky scary.
But like I said, we don't claim. At least what has been happening this month for me, I don't claim because we're barely on what, the 6th or something.
We are on the 6th.
Oh,
section.
and we are on this. Oh, it's not gonna come out, but hopefully when y'all see this, y'all are like, if you at least live in Texas, y'all checked y'all's voter registration because today is the last day.
Yes. Yes, please. Well,
It's too late now. But,
yeah, well.
but if y'all just want to check and make sure y'all are, because then there's election happening next month. That's gonna be like just for some amendments here in Texas.
You're able to check on what's the page is like
Voter registration
.org or .org?
Yeah, something like that. It's pretty easy.
Let me check just to make sure we're correct.
Yeah, and you're just gonna put your name and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I checked yesterday and I'm good.
Okay, so the actual correct webpage would be www.votetexas.gov if you live in Texas, and I would say go and check. For sure, go and check because
please, I'm gonna post it all over my Instagram
we need to make
because
a difference for sure.
Have y'all noticed? I don't know if y'all have seen. I don't know if it's like the media messing around or what's happening, but they're trying to ban mail ballots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, mail-in ballots because they're saying that there's a lot of like voter fraud.
But what about the people that live out of the country
Like
but you're still a
citizen?
citizen?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's the issue.
And so they're kind of, at least to me, I feel like it's a conspiracy.
I don't know. I think
To me, I'm gonna just say it's weird because I like how they were talking about all this like voter fraud and stuff, but then our current president, I don't claim him as my president, but the current president of the U.S. And what is it called? His so-called friend at the time, Mr. Elon Musk. They both basically confirmed that they were like doing voter fraud, and I like how nothing was done about it. But they were trying to say,
like how you were saying, like conspiracy theory. I don't necessarily think it's that. I think he probably knows that like a lot of students who he says he hates are educated, and his best friends are the uneducated. A lot of students go like out of state to study, so they don't change their new address to being out of state. Like they change it. Their address is the one, like their original state. So now that if they want to vote, they're gonna have to come all the way to their state to vote.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Because it's kind of crazy, but it kind of makes sense.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And I saw the whole thing with like the government shutdown, how they try to blame it on like,
the Democrats.
On the Democrats, I was like, you're dumb. Please.
No, lots of people were calling the like White House.
Yeah,
and it was
the White House. Yeah,
it was saying blame it on the Democrats, this and that.
And it's
crazy.
I think they're trying to spin the narrative because yes, Democrats didn't vote for something which caused the shutdown, but this is based on your and mine health, on our healthcare. It's based on immigrants getting healthcare. It's based on humanity. And this is the thing
is they were trying to say that the whole healthcare thing, it was going towards immigrants. But if you actually realize,
it's
like,
for us too.
No welfare and all that. No, immigrants can't really get healthcare. And Medicare and stuff, it's more for like, you have to have papers. So like the people that sign up for it is like, okay, immigrants that might have kids that need like Medicaid and stuff that.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, you need papers. So what immigrants are getting insured?
And
because in reality, you can't get insured if you don't have papers.
Yes, I do agree. But I was going to say that I think it's so crazy that they don't have healthcare because if you see, have you checked I-10 numbers? How much do they give to taxes? Like, we're humans. Someone's gonna mess up their knee. Someone needs to go to the doctor. What are they gonna do? They have to die. They have to go through all of that to not get health care because our government doesn't want to give that when in other countries it's free. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's like
in
mind-boggling.
Europe, right? Europe gives like their citizens and stuff like free health care.
I think it depends. Some countries in Europe, but like they're way better at it than us. But for our tax dollars to go to like Medicare for people in Israel is kind of crazy because we don't get that.
It is so crazy because we have to fight so hard to get our health insurance, and I'm not going to lie.
Well, not even like as Americans, like it's hard for us to even get that. You have to be working like full time. You can be part time. You have to be a full time worker to get health insurance.
Yeah, and like the only benefit, like me and Thabo work right now in the service industry. The only benefits that we get is kind of like being able to ask like specific days off throughout the week. Like we don't get access to like healthcare, stuff like that, like access to like benefits that if you work at an office job you get. But it's just like so much of our time is going to these companies and then like we don't get any of the benefits from it, which is so like I don't know, y'all can probably tell from this podcast we just feel so frustrated this week.
It is
like I just feel so frustrated.
There's so much.
You talking about that as service workers because you and me are basically like working to like, serve the people. So I have noticed that like there's people. I had a customer this weekend say, "I'm giving you cash because no cash on tips, right? Or what is it called? No tax on tips, whatever that." And I was explaining to her how like that doesn't really work towards us because in a way there's no tax on tips, but
if you make the less than certain
if you make a certain amount.
I think a lot of people
it's like the frame is like weird because it's like you make less than this amount, but if you make just like not even $1 extra, you don't cover that.
Yeah, it's crazy because they entice people by being so broad. I mean, the same thing with like Democratic and liberal side. They entice people by being so broad, and then when you get specifically and actually look into it, you're like, well, wait, like this doesn't even like apply to me. Mm-hmm. And I think that's how they got a lot of people, a lot of younger people. But yeah, I don't know.
Some people voted just because of the business side.
Some people voted a lot because of business too, and because of influencers and like oh my god, sure. Like a lot of influencers and celebrities want to say like they don't have like influence, but I'm like that's in y'all's description. Y'all have so much influence. For Taylor. I don't want to think I want to talk about Taylor Swift. I feel like there's too many. The Taylor fans are crazy, but I'm not going to talk about her.
Yeah, you're going to get canceled before we
start.
No, thank you.
But I'm going to say some people endorsed Kamala so late that it made no like difference and them endorsing her. So.
Oh, okay.
Y'all saw the whole thing with like the president trying to say, I got in contact with the president of Puerto Rico.
No.
There's a whole thing right now going on.
Puerto Rico is from America.
So
it's a territory
the president of the U.S. is the president of Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So we were like, what do you mean? And people are like, well, tell Puerto Rico to hurry up and elect someone to be the president and put themselves away from the U.S. Because if they really did that, they could actually do something because
it's so
like
crazy because
I don't want to say his name, but the president of the U.S. basically thought that they have their own president, which is so funny.
He's like literally so dumb. Anyways,
okay guys, sorry to break this up, but I do want to mention getting off of politics because sometimes I feel like we need to just get away from that.
Yeah.
Have y'all gotten any like fall drinks? Because I need like recommendations. The
360 in conversation is crazy, y'all. We're trying to, since it's a shorter podcast, we're like trying to fit everything in, but it's just like so much happened this week.
It has, which kind of sucks. But yes, trying to lighten the situation up a bit. Have y'all like tried any fall drinks or anything? Because I go to Dunkin'. I don't mind Dunkin'. I really want to love it. But every single time I go, my fall drinks are always the quality just is up and down.
Is that same? Yeah. And I think that's just Dunkin'.
Oh, it makes me so mad because I'm like, I really want to love your drinks, but I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I haven't heard. I don't think it's a meme. It's a meme. I'm not the one saying this, but it's like if somebody with piercings and not dyed hair is not making your drink, it's gonna taste bad.
Oh, I heard that. A lot of people on TikTok be saying that too.
I'm not saying
it's a meme. People on TikTok post and they're like, when you walk in and you see that person, and then you know they're gonna make your drink hit.
Because it's like somebody with dyed hair.
Yeah, and then someone said they walked in and they saw who was making the drinks and they just walked out. Because they went to a different one. And I was like, that's real.
That is so real though.
That's real?
No.
You're canceled.
Yeah, you're canceled.
No, I'm just saying real as in like, honestly, I think every single time I go to a coffee shop, like I do see people with dyed hair, and I'm like, honestly, I feel like you can kind of tell who's gonna make your drinks good and who's gonna make your drinks bad, because I've had probably 1 or 2 people that like, I don't know, they just give me my drink and it's.
I just think some places, like at least coffee shops, some of them are more like precise on recipes. Other ones don't care, because Seven Brews and Dutch Bros always get their
order and
preciseness all the same all the time.
But if you go on TikTok, you can see their whole entire recipe. Remember when I was making some recipes from
Dunkin'?
Yeah, no, not from Dunkin'.
Oh, from Dutch Bros. Yeah.
And I was getting it tasted basically like it.
Yeah, I think Dunkin', their iced coffee just tastes so watery. I think that's an issue with them.
Yes.
But Dunkin' is just so cheap, so it's like kind of convenient.
Yeah, Dunkin' is cheap. So if you want like a good caffeine,
it is, but their prices are starting to go up.
Oh yes,
you saw that?
Yes. Wait, so
I actually have a Dunkin' coffee in my.
I'm done.
Okay,
oh, we love him for that. It's reusable.
Yeah,
he put it in a reusable cup.
Did you ask him or you just put it in?
Well, the thing is that my cup was leaking.
Oh.
So I mean, I always carry that whenever I could put in that. It's because I had my hot tea in there before, and that's a pumpkin.
Oh my god,
yeah.
That is so good.
And it's only, I think, 120 calories or something like that.
Yeah, that's very hot.
Yeah, because of my
hard.
But I haven't been drinking.
I
haven't been drinking.
I just realized
that.
that.
I just put it in there.
Kim said, like 5 seconds later, bro.
I just realized that.
No, what is it called? Yeah, right now I'm like recovering. I don't know what happened to me. I got tested for like so much of like the flu, COVID, and all that, and everything was negative. So it's weird. They were thinking maybe it could just be like something in the air or something. No, they tested me. They did a test on me. I went to a doctor. It was like $100.
Yeah,
$100 to go to a doctor.
That's freaking crazy.
And each test was $20.
Oh,
that's why I find what I like. Usually, whenever I go to the hospital, or not hospital, whenever I feel like sick, or if I listen.
She finds it on ChatGPT, bro.
No, actually, no, I don't.
You need to stop using ChatGPT.
No, actually, yes, I know. But look, this is the thing that happens most of the time. Like, let's say when my knee started hurting, I couldn't go to the hospital, couldn't go to the doctor because I didn't have health insurance.
But you self-diagnose all the time. That's
listen,
not good,
listen.
bro.
Okay, but listen.
You're not supposed to be doing that.
But listen to my way of thought, because I understand it, and most people don't agree with that. I agree with that too. Don't self-diagnose at all. But what I'm trying to say is that, let's say I have an issue with my knee, right? My right knee has been aching so bad. What I did, I looked at the anatomy of my body. I searched the anatomy up online, and then I specifically pinpointed, okay, this part hurts. Then I would look around the knee, see, okay, what part of my knee hurts? I would go and find videos for each one and related to the symptoms, the pain, etc., right? Didn't stop there. Then I would try a few exercises, a few like things to see whether that kind of helped me out. And if that was, then most likely what I had looked up, like a certain muscle, a certain, like, with my knee, that was the issue with it, right? So after I did that, then I got that little pad you see right there, like the little incline pad. Mm-hmm. I bought that because I was like, okay, this girl said it kind of worked for her thing, right? Like for her knee. I tried it, and guess what? It worked. And guess what? I ended up speaking to somebody who also hurt the knee and has the same symptoms as me. Guess what they have? I forgot what it's called, but it's something patero. I don't know what it is, but it's something in your knee. And it was the same thing I had. So how is it? I make, yes, an educated guess. But when you do not have healthcare, you have to take educated guesses.
I mean, but at the same time, you can't just say you have that without actually knowing. Because you could say, I have this, and then you're taking medicine for this, that,
But I'm not taking medicine. I'm just doing exercises.
Well, I mean, we're supposed to be exercising on the daily. When you wake up, they say you're supposed to be stretching because you could do something and out of nowhere hurt yourself.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be stretching and exercising on the daily. That's supposed to be a daily routine for like a healthy person.
But a lot of people don't do that.
They don't do that. But if you want to be healthy in a way, even though your diet might not be the best or stuff like that, But you stretching during your exercises, even for like 5 minutes, they say exercise for 5 minutes helps you a lot.
Yeah, no, I didn't know. Like, I thought it was so cute when I started seeing it. But like construction workers, they do that too. They get in a circle and they do some stretches.
Yeah,
oh
that's
yeah,
I didn't know that. That's so cute.
Yeah, that's not before they go to work.
Yeah, thinking a bunch of like tios and dads like getting together and stretching is so cute.
Oh, but talking about that is awful sad.
Yeah. It is
with
sad,
everything
yes,
going on right
because
now.
of everything, yes. I don't know.
That's something we need to push though. For sure, y'all need to go and vote and make a difference because
even I know a lot of people are like, the presidency ones are really important. So like every 4 years, that one's really important. But the ones in your state, the small ones really make.
They
and
really
I think
matter. Those count towards yourself because you might not feel like it makes a difference to vote for the president, but voting in those smaller elections, you're voting for like your county, like your area. So like it's gonna be like, let's say your judges and all that. Like
and that at this moment in time is so important.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Did y'all see about the judge whose house got burnt in South Carolina? Because
it just happened.
My god, it literally just happened.
Today,
and people were like, "Isn't it weird?
Like,
that
what is that
out of
political
nowhere
violence?
happened?"
Yeah.
Her $1.1 million home got burnt to the ground.
They had to jump out of they're in the hospital. They had to jump out of their windows because it was bad. And the thing is, you guys, like, I was about to say something on...
Weird.
Oh, yeah, the small elections really matter. And especially if you're in Texas, I think because our state is trying to get so gerrymandered, it's just really important to try to push our thoughts and policies that we want enacted, because the right people are not going to do that. And it's time to get our mayor out. It's time to get our freaking governor out, because they've been in power too long and they just don't represent the people of Texas no more.
You mean our governor and our senator.
Oh, senator, yeah.
Those are the ones. But y'all saw with the mayor of Houston, they're trying to take him out. They're trying to get so many people to sign a petition to take him out.
Is he a Democrat?
Well, he's a Democrat,
but he doesn't represent the people.
Hear this. He's a Democrat, but they ended up checking like everything. I've always been saying this. They've been checking all his stuff, and the people that are always voting with him are on the other side of the party. Yeah, Republican. And they're seeing that he's actually like a disguised Republican as a Democrat, and that's been happening a lot. Because a lot of people are trying to falsify themselves as a Democrat just to try and get a certain vote.
Okay.
But they try and change the Democrat Party to tell people this is how you should be as a Democrat, but in reality it's not.
That's so funny, because I'm thinking about like a conversation I had with one of our cousins. I'm sure y'all could guess which one. But she was like, Kim, we should run for Congress people and be Republicans, but actually push Democratic policies. You know who I'm thinking about? Yeah. And so it's the same thing that he's doing.
But the thing right now, what they're doing with that, they're checking like what party like he started with, because like the party you usually start with is usually the party you stay in.
Yeah.
And they were basically saying that there's certain stuff that don't like really go with like him being a Democrat and what the Democrat stands for. And it's kind of weird, because it's like, okay, people probably voted for him because he was a Democrat that was going against a Republican, but they're seeing and they're like, we might as well, they should have just voted for the Republican, because like at this point the Republican that was like going against him wasn't pushing too bad of like policies through that he's actually passing through.
That's crazy.
So it's really scary as well.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Y'all saw the whole thing with them sending like lots of like state troopers to Houston too, and they're trying to do it all around. Like,
but that wasn't Trump doing that. That was freaking Greg Abbott.
Yes, that was Greg.
Well, that's like you need a vote.
Oh, y'all know what happened today? I was taking my friend home, right? Because like he had asked me, and I was like, okay, I guess whatever. I feel like me already driving you home, I'm very like, or just appreciate that, because I hate driving. I like being the passenger princess. But anyways, I had picked him up and I was dropping him off. I was on 610. Tell me why. Somebody cut me off, and guess who the fuck it was?
A police.
The state trooper.
No. It was a motherfucking Republican.
Oh, it had like a flag.
He had some crazy signs in the back, and I was like, hopefully, like, there's no, like, guns or anything, because I was like, I was gonna honk at him, but I was like, no, in this society, flipping off is good enough. But I think the only reason I flipped him off was because of that.
No, for real.
I was like, if you're a girl, it's okay, you can go in. Because we were already, like, it was already about to turn into a different highway. So, or a different freeway. So I was like, whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I feel like we keep going back to politics, which is really good, but
it's because a lot of stuff has been happening this week and weekend.
It's every
general,
day, you guys.
Crazy.
Like, oh my god. I was saying how, like, I guess we could just talk about it the next one, but kind of with the Day of the Dead, I was thinking it'd be really nice to do an ofrenda, and we can ask our family to come too, and just put the pictures of the immigrants and stuff, and that way we can vent, we can like do coloring pages, because I feel like I feel like I cry about it to myself,
about
but like
immigrants, I feel like we should also do that for like some of the people in like Palestine and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
And also, oh my god, Ashutar Kashar or something like that. She was a really heavy political, like at least for the BLM movement. She was like a big activist, but she recently passed, and she passed in Cuba because they had detained her here in the U.S., but she escaped the U.S. because they were charging her for the death of like, I think it was a politician, but she was like, I didn't do it, like even to her death tomb, like she was like, I never did that, but they put that death on her, so they put her in prison. She escaped, and she escaped to Cuba, but in Cuba she kept being an activist for the BLM movement. And same with Jane Goodall. She passed this week. Jane Goodall was a big activist too for the climate environment. It's unfortunate, but there's a lot of activists. A lot of activists are like rising from these moments and times, which is really good, because I think the young community sometimes is like, oh damn, it feels like we can't do anything, but our voices are our biggest power. And also
our voices.
I went to a protest this Saturday, so it was like 2 days ago. And the guy, it was sad because when we got there, I told my girlfriend, I was like, this is kind of sad because the first one I came to was like so packed, and it was like, it filled all City Hall. And the most recent one that I went to, it was like, it didn't feel like a lot of people were there. And the speaker, he was like, shame to everyone who doesn't come, because like, I get so emotional because I'm like, damn, like a lot of people are getting so comfortable, and the deaths of thousands, the deaths of like 1,100 people being murdered.
It's just that. I think a lot of people are scared to go out right now too.
No, that's true.
Everything going on, like people are scared because, let's say, there's a lot of activists that are like activists also, and they might have like a student visa and stuff like that right now.
For sure.
And right now, with everything going on, like they're trying to kick them out the country.
Oh, yes.
Y'all saw that
one video of the girl?
No, but you also saw like the Colombian president that was over here like saying stuff that was going on, and they deported him.
But I mean, he sanctioned Israel. He's not helping. He broke all ties with Israel.
Yeah.
We love him for that. And I feel like
they deported him back to Colombia, and they're trying to take away his visa and stuff, but they can't.
He's the one that planned. He was the one that planned for all the UN people to get out when Netanyahu, that's what his name is, because he is Satan. Wow. But when he went in, he was the one talking outside, being like, I'm glad everybody came out. They don't want to hear him, because why is the UN even giving them a platform to talk? But I was about to say something else. But he was just like, it's just kind of unfortunate. But it's true. I also think I saw a video of the protest on TikTok, and everybody was commenting saying like, oh, I didn't hear about this protest happening. I didn't hear about it. And it's because I think our media is getting so censored where it's hard.
It is. I'm going to say this because I sent my friend a video on TikTok. And it was literally just about like the whole thing with like that one reporter. It was like a reporter talking to like someone else about the whole thing with the Bad Bunny halftime show.
Oh yes.
And she was like, "What do you think about Bad Bunny being in the halftime show? Like, he's not a U.S. citizen or American." And the lady, I'm not sure if you guys have seen that video. If anything, we'll tag it like somewhere in the thing down. We'll tag it down below on our YouTube.
Was it the lady? I don't want to mention her.
Well, people pulled her.
The lady, right?
Well, no, it was a lady, and she was saying like, I'm not too sure her name, but we'll link the TikTok down below the YouTube video or somewhere in the podcast also, like on the info or description. But it was like the video. And she's asking the other lady, and she's like, what do you think about that? And she's like, I don't know too much about him, but I think he's a great American artist or something like that. And she said, he's not American.
Oh, I saw that.
And then she's like, he's from Puerto Rico. He's Puerto Rican, so like, it's a U.S. territory. He's an American. So it's like, and she said,
I feel like sometimes
she was like,
so
yeah.
ignorant and
so
dumb.
If we actually start thinking about it, it's kind of like it's not even just like she's saying he's not American. It's kind of racist because
it is racist. You're like profiling somebody based on their skin tone and based on the way that they were born that they can't change, and then be like, oh yeah, just because you look a certain way, you're not a citizen. Just because you, I think I told y'all, right? I think I spoke about it. I was with my friend, and this contractor, he came by, and he was like, hola. Oh, I know I look Hispanic, but you can start by hi, and if I don't respond to hi, there. We were listening to English music.
At my job, I've had a lot of stuff happen to me with customers. Like, they'll walk in, they'll be like, hola. I'll be like, gracias. And I'm like, and at my job, they make us start in English like all the time, even if like there's a Spanish speaking table.
And then if they struggle,
well, no, you can speak Spanish or a different language so you hear them speaking the language, because you could if you start speaking that language, they could feel offended as well. Like,
yeah, that is true.
So I speak to them in English, whatever, and there'll be like a table and they'll be like, gracias, and I'm like, or they'll be like, where's your name from? Like, it doesn't seem American or something like that. Because I don't know, with me, whenever like I have a table, like I'll say, hello, good morning, my name's Tavi, and they'll be like, oh, that's like a cool name, this and that, and I'm like, it stands for Octavio, and then this and that. But like some people can't pronounce it. I'm not too sure why some people struggle, but whenever I have like a table, and like I usually say my name like, hello, good morning, my name's Octavio.
Yeah.
But there's certain tables where I don't feel comfortable enough saying my name and like how it's supposed to be said. Because I'm like, I feel like they're gonna judge me for it and stuff like that. And that's something in the service industry that like some people don't talk about. Because like there's a lot of people that don't want to order in like Spanish too, because they're scared that they're gonna get judged by the server. Because there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Ooh,
and
remember the thing with Mari? Yeah. It was just, so we're about to end this because my sister has to go to work. But my cousin, actually, our cousin, she had an issue where she was speaking Spanish. Someone came up to her, talking like randomly to her, and she got scared because she was like, are you only trying to talk to me because you saw me speaking Spanish? Yeah. And because basically she was at a store by herself, and this one guy heard her on the phone talking Spanish, came up to her and asked her a weird question. And then she was like, what if he was an undercover agent, something like that, and then over here gonna attack me if I were to respond in English or Spanish. So she felt so weirded out. And I think it's so scary because life is like
but I guess since we have to cut it short, you guys, I guess I'll just end off with saying like we are bigger in our numbers, and so like la gente unida jamás será vencida.
La gente unida jamás será vencida.
And then also saying like debemos de ser la voz para los que tienen miedo.
No, yes. Oh my gosh. Sorry, no, sorry guys. Mi hermano habla más mejor el español.
No. I do too.
Sí seremos, como decir esto, deberíamos ser, pues, ¿qué decir? Yo ahorita estoy sonando como que no sé hablar español también, pero voy a decir, todos debemos de alzar las voces para la gente que no puede. Ahorita con lo que está pasando alrededor de nosotros, los que sí podemos hablar por la gente debemos de hacer algo diferente y ayudarlos en cualquier manera que podamos. Sí. Entonces todos nos deberíamos de juntar juntos para alzar la voz y ojalá cambiar todo lo que está pasando ahorita. Sí. No podemos cambiar, a lo mejor no vamos a poder cambiar todo lo que esté pasando al momento, pero poquito a poquito se hace una diferencia.
Sí se puede. Entonces, ahora vamos a terminar el podcast.
Sí, entonces, buenas vibras, I don't know, good vibes, y'all, please.
Good Las buenas vibras, que Dios los bendiga y pues, adiós.
See you next time.
Sin Padres.
Sin Padres. Thank you guys.
Bye.